Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marisha, and I'm here with another episode from the LevelUp Plug. For the past month, I've been interviewing students dealing with varsity life. Since I noticed that we just recently opened in varsity, I wanted you guys to have a picture of how life it is in varsity. But now that is March, I want to take a different step and go into the world of entrepreneurship. Because as much as school is important, but you can also make it out there via business and entrepreneurship. So today I have Mr. Tshaka here. Mr. Tshaka will tell you something different, how he managed to maneuver into the entrepreneur space. How are you, Mr. Tshaka?
I'm okay now yourself.
No, I'm okay, 100%, 100%,
Yes.
100%. So, Mr. Tshaka, tell us here. I know I already told my people that you are a businessman, CEO, but what was life like before you became a CEO? I want your story to be more relatable. It's kind of this man just brought a CEO. Nah, let's hear
Yes.
from the struggle growing up.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where were you born? How did it all start?
Yeah. Obviously, I was born in the rural.
Yes,
So
where exactly?
in an area called Taung,
Tahu.
just the border of Northern Cape and Northwest Province.
Okay.
Yes. So
Tahu. Shout out to Tahu.
yeah.
Yes.
So basically, that's a rural place, and in a rural place, you are not actually exposed to a lot of things.
True.
Even the schools, they are not fully equipped with the resources that can give you an advantage.
True.
So we grew up admiring things from afar, and we would sometimes visit our aunties during holidays in Gauteng and see other things for the first time,
Yes.
and aspire certain things and desire them. So basically, life in the rural is a little bit behind compared to life in the cities, the urban areas, and the townships that are closer to the big cities. So it was quite a challenge. We grew up doing everything that the rural boy would do. The basic stuff. And it was then that I always had a burning issue in me that every time I visit Gauteng, I see things that I don't see them here.
Yes. How rural was, just to get a picture of, how rural was the community? Was it Mahayang or you go and fetch water, and you come back with the water?
I would say that one was a little bit up level. Because we had the others had taps on the streets for the whole community, but certain families could manage to put a tap in the yard. So our family, at least, we had a tap in the yard.
So it's not bad.
It was not bad, but the advantage was that my mom was a teacher. So she could afford certain things that other families could not.
True. So as much as Ilimahai, only better compared to people around.
Yes.
It makes sense.
The community at large.
Yeah,
it was quite a struggle. Yes.
Okay, let's continue. What was the burning issue that you had when you visited Gauteng?
Yeah, mostly it was because I come this side and I see that there are certain things that I witness which really people back then are not exposed to.
True.
So and when I engage with kids who stays here during holidays, because we would visit during holidays, I can tap into their mind that they are way advanced than us.
True.
So I really wanted to bring about change. Back then, yes. To say I really need to become one of the people who shall go out there, but with a vision to bring a difference back home. So that's basically what was the drive behind.
What are some of those things that you learned and you acquired from living maybe Gauteng, or what you have seen Gauteng that you actually brought back home?
Yeah.
And you implemented them. What are those things that you did?
One of the main things first was that here in Gauteng, the townships, they were having businesses of selling quarters.
Yes.
Yeah, that is already made the way it is made here in Tembisa, Soweto, and everywhere else.
Yes.
But back then, they never had that.
It's so true.
That was the first thing that I brought back home. So and I went back and opened a restaurant that specializes in quarters. So it was the first introduction.
I'm sure it bloomed, didn't it?
Yeah, obviously, because it was the
Something
only
new.
one.
Yes.
And people were amazed at that because they are used to chips and Russian and what at other shops at town.
Yes.
Accessible at town only. So I brought it here.
Very close to the
There was a
community.
garage at home that my mother had just built, and I spoke to her that I want to do this here. And every time I'm around, I will operate it. When I'm gone, somebody else can continue so that it can introduce that thing. The second thing was a car wash.
Okay.
Because people would just ask little boys to wash their cars.
Yes, it wasn't a proper infrastructure.
Yes. So I targeted the main road and I spoke to one of the guys whom their yard is at the main road.
Yes.
At the main road. I said, look, every teacher that teaches in the community, because there's a high school for primaries, they pass here.
Oh, yes.
So I bought a net, poles and everything, and we did just a simple structure. Just that's the second thing that I introduced there.
Just to speak of, I want to hear of age. At what age did you introduce the quota business? At what age did you introduce the car wash business? Because I wanted to be relatable to the kids out there.
Yes.
Bro, Muska 18, I can open something.
Yeah,
At what age did you start the quota
basically
business?
that one was the year 2006. I was a first year student here.
Oh, yes.
In TUT, sorry, in UJ, Banton Road campus. So then there were stipends I was getting every time, so I could save from there.
Oh, yes, to start a business.
Yes. So before then, the challenge was finances. I always aspired to do it, but the challenge was finances.
Oh, yes.
The time I came this side now, whatever monthly allowance I was getting, I could save from it with that vision to say, I want to go back and do this.
Respect. I feel like learners should take note and learn something from this, because a lot of people will be getting money. I think recently children as far as people have more than 5,000, but they don't really think of doing something that can bring them more money.
Exactly.
They just usually spend that money. 3 months later, there's no even evidence that Mtoshala has actually.
Exactly.
At least you went on with a different mindset. Can you just say what influenced the mindset? Was it Tabelo or one opportunity to Aitlata, or there were books that you read, or there was someone mentoring you?
Yeah, no, basically that time there was no one mentoring us, but there were people that we look up to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that time there was a man by the name, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name.
You can say the name. This is a free space.
Yes.
So as long as the person won't mind.
Yeah, I won't mind. Yeah, his name is Patrick Bly.
Yes.
He used to be an entrepreneur here in Gauteng, but he's also from back home.
Oh, yes.
So he would come with nice cars and all that, and we were related. So I would visit him, and he would give us money to do little things.
Yes.
Yeah. So but I always wanted to know, like, what are you doing? What are you? He told me he was a businessman, and I was like, okay, so you are not working like other people. You are not a soldier, teacher or something. You are a businessman. And I was curious about that actually. So that also added something to my story.
Oh, yes. Just to go back, mind you, our target audience for the podcast, it's people in high school, people in university, and also people who operate businesses. So I want to fellow students there, what were you learning?
Yeah.
What were you studying? Go UJ. Which course was it? Yeah. I want information like that.
So at UJ, I actually came here because I had applied during matric.
Oh, yes.
So I had not yet received an answer, and it's January, and they like go. Then I started in Pretoria looking for spaces at TUT, at UP, just to be in different waiting lists, because I was not sure if I'm gonna get a response there.
Yeah. That one. Not a lot of people get it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So while I was still confused, then eventually I got that call. It was early February, so you can see that it was.
For a student, you panic the whole January looking for job. Now early February, that's when you get.
That's when it is. Then I got a call and I rushed back this side. Then one of my aunties was staying close to Joburg in a place called Bes Valley. Yeah. Then I came and stayed with her for that first month, just to be able to familiarize myself with everything. Yeah. So I did information technology. Obviously, they did not take me for a degree, which was done at Rau that time. The main campus at Auckland Park. Then they said they accepted me for a 3-year one, which is a diploma in Banton Road campus. So that's what I did.
So was it always something that you wanted to study, or was it situation? I've learned through me having conversation with more students, you know,
Yes.
maybe 80% or 85%, they don't actually study what they want.
Yes.
You know, but hey, want to make a contest, so let me just go to varsity.
Yeah.
So for your case, what is something that you wanted, or was it situation?
Actually, in our matric, there was what they call a career exhibition.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
a lot of people came to introduce certain things to us, and it caught my attention, this IT thing, because I've never seen a computer, anyone having a computer where I grew up, unless at school at the admin office and the principal's office. You know, during that time, having a laptop or a computer
it was something of high standard.
So this man that I mentioned that used to inspire me, I saw him having a laptop and he would sit there, open it up, and I would come watch him pressing things and whatever. So I think that also added. So when they explained during the career exhibition what IT is and all that, I said, that's my thing. So I could say for me, it was something that I desired based on.
Yes.
What,
it makes sense. It makes sense. And I respect the fact that this was probably 20 years back.
Yeah.
And IT was just popping up at that time. It wasn't the thing as now. But you chose it, and it's still a path that you can keep right now.
Exactly.
Respect. So you are in UJ, you're studying IT.
Yeah.
Communal business. How were you juggling you being a student and you being a business owner?
Yeah, obviously, my brother who was back home that time,
Yes.
He would then continue managing the business, and which he did a very good job because he later then opened up a tuck shop.
Oh yes.
Yeah, whereby now when this prepaid electricity was being introduced, prepaid airtime, we were actually the first to get that machine.
To sell it.
To sell and print out those things. Yeah, so he did a good job. So I ended up eventually separating with that business, and it belonged to him. While now I'm in the later years of my studies this side.
Okay.
But every time I'm there, I would assist, obviously, and contribute new ideas that I've seen this side. So that's how it evolved.
I respect. I love how you manage to balance both. And there's people who wouldn't advise you to go into business with family, but I'm glad that you took advantage of that and just assist your brother to put him up there.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
So after you studying IT, tell me what was next? Because most people you would find they studied a certain course, but after graduating, they're not even working something related to that course.
Yeah.
So for you, what was it like? Where did you go with IT, or you were studying something else different?
Yeah, obviously, during my last year, they told us that we need to start going to companies that we know and look for opportunities to experiential learning. Yeah, so I don't know what it's called these days.
It's called the Will. I'm currently doing my Will.
LevelUp. Yes. Yeah, so that's basically that. So then I remembered the man. And I contacted the man, and he said, "No, come through every time you got a chance to my office." He used to have an office in Joburg CBD, just in front of Carlton Center. There, I forgot the name of the building. He used to have offices there, so I would go there.
Wait, this man is very successful. To think about it, to own an office, go CBD.
Yes. Those
back then, that's mad.
It's money. And everything was revolving around Carlton Center back then.
Yes.
For now, recently, it looks like it's no longer safe that it used to be. Joburg used to be a little bit clean that time because there was less of pollution.
True.
Yeah. So then I would visit his office and get exposed to things. And he said, "Oh, you are on your last year." No. You know what? Come work.
Yes. So, what was the company dealing with?
So, it was a large accounting firm. So obviously it's something totally different from what I've studied.
Yes, but they're PCs. So if something damaged, you can fix.
Exactly. So now my thing was that now here they're dealing with accounting, they're dealing with business compliance, they're dealing with the registrations, registering business with bodies and all these other authorities getting licenses for business people, certain licenses depending on which industry they want to venture into. So I'm here now, I'm like a new student now.
Yes. As much as you learned 4 years, 3 years, go varsity, but now you are learning again.
Yes. But eventually within that business, I realized that, okay, you are helping businesses with this. I can actually introduce what I've learned here. And I spoke to him to say, does many of your clients have like online presence.
Oh,
And all
yes.
that. And he said, no, I've got someone that I outsource clients to that does websites for them, and all this other graphic design things. And I'm like, no, we can do it in-house.
Oh, yes.
I'm qualified in that. So that's what got me a promotion that time.
Oh, yes.
And it also led to exposure of a lot of things, because I could understand how a business is implemented from start to finish, because I saw people coming there as individuals, living with papers that now gives them the authority to operate as business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you being in that structure, or you being exposed like that, what happened to your brother? Did he register his business? Because my journal business go high.
Yes.
Or you ended up registering your brother?
So that side, it used to operate this way. For you to have you needed a license from the municipality.
Oh, yes.
Not a registration certificate like an entrepreneur.
Oh, yes.
That is exposed to other institutions, So then I advised him, then he went to get a license at the municipality. That's where you pay your levies to operate a tuck shop, because we rounded off every wing of the business into that.
Oh,
so the license of the tuck shop could protect everything.
It makes sense. I'm happy that even if you are doing something for the people in the community, you still have an opportunity to implement it, control, and make it success.
Yes.
So you are promoted now. You are doing the design. You are doing online presence at the company and stuff like that. So if, let's say, a client comes, where does the money go to? Does it go to the firm, or it comes to you?
That's the disadvantage of being an employee.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure if you remember the story of a Vodacom guy, the police guy.
Oh, yes. Is it billions?
Yes. So depending on how the agreement, the foundation of the agreement was, you cannot claim anything.
True.
But if the foundation of the agreement was different, like in his case, then you are able to claim later. But for me, it was just a learning process to say, I know where I want to go, so let me allow this to see under the right leadership how it is managed, so that before I go and do it on my own, so that I can learn few things about the whole business.
Also, whatever that you're doing in that company, you later did it on your own.
Yes. So eventually that means I was paying school fees. So the money that the clients pay would not come to me, would go to the business.
But
you would just get a salary from the business, which for every there was what they call performance bonus. For every certain number of those that I did, then there was an addition to the salary.
Oh, yes.
So more like a commission.
It makes sense. It makes sense. So after that whole period, you realized I'm sure it came to your mind, I'm making these people close to a million or 700K.
Yes.
Now I'm getting 20,000.
Yes.
What are the actions that you decided to take moving forward? Now that you see life in a different way.
That's a good question. Actually, because my desire was always to take things home. So then I said, no, it's time now. I was, I think, 5-6 years here, and I've learned a lot now. I know every department of the business. I know the accounting side, I know the compliance side, the registration side, the website obviously came with me. Then I said, and there is also another thing that I want to introduce, but I cannot introduce here now.
Oh, yes.
As a young person that time, and you've got many ideas, and I realized I cannot use all my ideas here.
True.
So that's when I moved to Northern Cape, back home. Yes, and I got an office there. Then I started there on my own. So that's why eventually when I write it on my summary, I just say I went to work for DHM Group. That was actually my company.
Is DHM Group.
Yes.
So what was your company dealing with at that time?
So I took everything that I had learned there: registrations, compliance, accounting, taxation, and in the website things, and then also introduced the printing and branding. That's when the t-shirt printing was starting to be
a popular
So
you bought machines and
stuff. So whatever money I got inside, I reinvested into the business. I bought the printing machine, the heat press.
Oh, yes. I know it. I know the equipment.
The screen printing, everything. So I had everything, and it comes with stock. So I could have the initial stock that I can show people and introduce this. So luckily, I was the first black man in that side to come with that kind of business.
Oh yes.
The people who used to come to me, who are still my clients, some of them, they would tell me that, hey, there's another color who's doing what you do. So when we go there, he speaks in his language. We don't even understand. We just say, yeah.
Yes. At least with you, they get to communicate.
Yes, and they are comfortable now even with their language.
True.
We can speak in vernac and I can explain, take time with them and explain certain things. And they started telling others, word of mouth.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I was getting a lot of clients that side.
But my question now is, okay, I hear you. You started a business. I can respect that. But you are from corporate.
Yes.
A lot of people wouldn't take a risk a steady income into going into entrepreneurship. Mind you, you can go into entrepreneurship and the first 6 months there's no pay.
That's true.
What inspired you to take that risk?
Yeah, the risk it's truly there.
Yes.
And it's not for anyone. If you know you don't have the heart to endure and the heart of resilience, don't even try. Stick to your 9 to 5.
Yes.
And don't try. But when you are sure and driven by your purpose and what you desire, because with me, remember I said that I always desire to be that man. So that man was a business owner, not an employee. So eventually I wanted to be like him.
And you working for him, you got to learn how it became him.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then I wanted to get there. But as you are saying that the first few months is a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice and there's a lot that goes into that because there won't be any income that comes maybe for the first 3 months because nobody trusts you, nobody knows you, and it all now takes the effort that you're gonna put for you to expose yourself out there. So it eventually started with one client that I made sure that I'm going to satisfy him to the highest level.
Even extra things.
Yes, and use him now as an example to say I have helped so and so, and if that person is someone who's known, they can approach him and attest. He would attest to that to say, yeah, that man
did a very good job.
Yeah, then that's eventually when things started happening, but it was not as easy as it may sound because there were days where I would knock at the office next to mine to borrow money for transport to go back home because I didn't even have a car at that time. So I'd knock there and say, hey, today things didn't work out. Can you please just borrow me to go back home and be able to come back tomorrow? And when I realized that there's a struggle because I invested everything into buying furniture and all this equipment, then I realized that for the sake of having little money coming in daily, let me just say I do printing, your internet cafe.
Oh, yes.
Your internet cafe
at
services.
least you'll be
typing CVs, what. In the meantime, because I'm not known yet that I do this, I'm advertising. There's a banner outside. There are posters everywhere, but people don't trust me yet. So for the sake of having transport fare, money for food,
and people coming into the shop, because I believe
food traffic.
Out someone can be like, hey, I also do this, and you want to lead the example. So print pampir, now you can print the shirt.
Yes.
So okay, let me just ask this before we move on.
Okay.
You started your own business, and your business was similar, almost the same with what you were doing. Didn't you have a fight with your late role model there? Like
no, actually, that's the nice thing about it because I did not come and open it in his territory.
Oh yes.
I went outside of where he operates.
Yeah, matter why would he fight?
Exactly. True. And the other thing is that now whatever I could not do better, I would refer to him. Whenever I come across a challenge. So he was still like my mentor, and we still had a relationship whereby he would also refer and say, "Hey man, I'm swamped with a lot of work. My team doesn't have capacity to do this for this person. Yeah, I would do it. Then we arrange how we pay each other and so.
It makes sense. But I'm trying to think of the importance of that relationship. It was very important because to think about it, as much as you worked in a accounting company, tax company.
Yes.
I don't believe you can just learn the skill from right away.
Exactly.
So you still need that connection. Hey man, this can help you. This can help
Because especially with accounting, you need to know that the accountants, they register with certain institutions, authorities, so like your SAIPA, South African Institute of Professional Accountants, SAICA, South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, and all those. So I didn't have what they call a practice number to practice in that. So whatever I could do is to sell the service to the client. The client brings whatever is required, but I would take that and pour it somewhere. Then I charge. Then he tells me, no, I will need so much from there. Then I'm left with my little commission out of being the middleman.
I get you. I get you. So it was like an expansion of the company that you're working for. It makes sense.
More.
It's like a different branch.
Yeah, that's why there wasn't a fight because I was also helping.
True. It's like you're bringing more clients. So what happened to the company? Did it expand? Did it grow?
Yes. So basically, I started now getting clients, and I started hiring few people who would be at the office. While now I did what they call field sales. I started going to schools to try and sell, the printing side of the business.
Printing papers or printing shirts?
Like your metric t-shirts. Those particular things.
It makes sense.
I thought like I'm ready to boom, and that was my greatest mistake, because now I'm leaving people in the office who are not like me.
They're not as passionate about business like you.
Yes, me. So for them, it was like when I'm out, it's freedom time.
And
nothing is being done.
And they still want to get paid.
Exactly. So that was the biggest mistake that actually led now to the business making a loss, because you can have a business, but if it's not making a profit, then it's not beneficial.
True. But my question is, you told me that you started an internet cafe to have traffic going.
Yes.
So those people, when you leave, they don't even operate the internet cafe.
Obviously, when you come, you'll find that you get clients' complaints. Those who've got your direct number to say, "Hey, I was there, but I'm not happy with this and this."
Oh yes.
And obviously, as a human being, you cannot just address it immediately. You give it time. But the more time I gave to that, trying to analyze it privately, the more damage was being done. And now it was a problem, because when you have more people, you need to pay them, you need to pay the rent,
true.
all the operational expenses. And if the money that's coming in is less than the money that must go out that month, then
the business is running a loss. Yes. So to think about it, you go into schools preaching metric, asking to print metric jackets. There are a lot of schools.
Exactly.
In my mind, that's money.
Yes.
Why do you say it became a biggest loss? Was it because of the people at the office?
Yeah, here's the challenge now. Remember that it is mid-year and you are introducing a new business, and they tell you that they are interested, that they are only going to put orders
next year.
Yeah, so you've got a few months that now you need also to go there. It's an expense on its own.
True.
So you are sourcing business. It's what we call business development. That's where you separate sales, business development, and marketing. Because business development is for looking for future business.
Oh yes.
Yes, sales is looking for closing businesses now.
Yes.
Marketing is doing exposure for people to be aware of the brand.
And they might need also the prototype.
Yes.
So you might also need to print to show them.
I have to carry examples with, and that's a lot because I'm not selling it. I'm just using the stock for, So that's my mistake. I rushed to business development before I had a proper sales process working and the proper human resource, because human resource is also important. So that's something I learned, that it is important to check the quality of people that you bring in
on the business.
Yes.
Don't just hire because in account
because somebody is poor, you see they are struggling there, because that was my drive actually. I wanted to help. I would worry, that guy, man.
Yeah.
So
and
that was my biggest mistake then. So it led to the decline of the business that side.
Okay.
Yes.
So after the decline, I believe to own a business or to have a successful business, there will be those days when things are down and things are up.
Yeah.
So what kept you motivated during those times when things are tough?
Yeah, basically, that time, it started to go south, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
To a point that now I still want to keep these people, because my drive for hiring them was not for the development, was to help them.
True.
So I'm caught in between the business that's declining and keeping the people that I dedicated myself to help.
And more money is good.
Exactly. Now that led to a point whereby I started selling out certain machines, and when I started selling that, I realized that no. I think now I have to admit that this it's going down. It's down now, and that's what led to me coming back to Gauteng and selling all the machines that I had, because now I could not face these people. That was my mistake. I could not face them and say, hey guys,
you are fired.
Yes.
It lead to that, to a point where you can see, right, man, this ship is a sinking ship, but you don't wanna do the internal fixing.
Yes. That's the problem that I had at that time, to say, hey, how would they feel and all that and all that, because especially when it's your hometown, because even when you pass, their parents will thank you, thank you for having my child,
all of a sudden,
so all that. So now I decided that no, it's towards December now. And remember, I had orders for January that they are going to pay if I do that. But I'm like, I met another guy, he's an African guy, who's operating that town. He was just operating an internet cafe. I said, guy, I've got these machines. You remember my business?
Yes.
And the guy said, hey, I want them. I want them. Then we agreed on a price. He bought everything. Yeah. And I took the money, and then I told him that I've got an order from this school, this school, this school. You can continue with that. Me, I have to just go out of this place now. I have done my part. Now I have to go back to the big city. Then I came back to Joburg.
Okay, before we start, you being back in Joburg.
Yes.
If we were to go back to that time period when you see that things are going south, what do you think you could have done better to avoid the situation going down?
I think the greatest thing that any person who's going to start to hire people, it's to have a proper HR policy, whereby you do everything by the book. The people need to sign a contract. There must not be a verbal agreement whereby it's you said, I said. So we need to implement such things. They are equally important in setting up a business, so that whenever there's a problem, you can then
go to the book.
The policy will tell you that if you are underperforming for so long, this is the consequence. Then that way you are not. It's not going to sound as if it's you doing the painful thing of dismissing a person or firing a person, but it's gonna sound as if
it's according to the book.
Just like this Bible story that sin is like you've been told, now you know. So it's similar to that. The person will feel convicted themselves that, hey, when I was hired, they told me this and this, and I'm not doing that. So this means I'm liable for this punishment. Then it becomes at least lighter for them and also peaceful for you.
It makes sense. Even also they can see if, let's say, they're underperforming. Already they know there's something like that can happen. But if, let's say, it was never about the book, there's no other issues there. If the business is not operating, if the business is not generating clients, that person doesn't feel responsible. And it doesn't even feel responsible to bring more clients to the business. So just the boss will deal with it. And if it's a business that is still growing, it's actually something that can lead to the downfall.
Exactly.
Okay, so now that we spoke of how to do it better, let's talk about you coming back to Gauteng. The city of gold. What are you doing now?
So now I have come back here, and remember, I thought I'm going somewhere, and I tasted that, and all of a sudden I'm back here now. The only thing I could think of was to start looking for a work. I've got papers, field certificates, I've got a good CV.
Oh yes, and business exposure.
So then I started applying around. When you are stranded, you just apply. And now I'm exposed to a variety. Now I'm not only focused on the IT side. Actually, I'm starting to see it as just something as well, not that core thing like before, because I'm exposed to other things. So then I started applying, and I was hired by another company in Babsfontein. I don't include that because it was for a short period of time. It was producing maize meal.
Oh yes.
So they hired me because I had a car. Yeah, I had a car. My job was to drive around Tembisa, Davidton,
Deliver.
speak to shop owners to put an order. So I'm more like a sales rep for that company.
With the car, at least.
Yeah, so I would drive around and be the sales rep, introduce the middleman, show them pictures, tell them this tastes nice. They may place orders, then they would place order, then the truck will deliver. There are guys who
yes,
mine
you
was
just do
take
sales.
orders. Yes. So then I worked there I realized that the petrol I spend and the money I'm getting here doesn't balance because I'm from that business mentality.
Yes,
so everything I analyze it that way. I
in
must
a business
make profit.
Yes.
So this profit is not enough for me.
And when they're making a lot
exactly
from you,
yes. Then I started applying while I'm there for those few months, and eventually I got something from one of the biggest airlines. I won't say their name, but they know themselves.
Is it wrong to say it?
No, I then got a job at Fly Safari.
Oh, Flyer.
Yes,
okay.
So I left there and I went to Fly Safari.
What were you working with?
I started at a low level because you remember when you are stranded, you get whatever you get, and I'm like, because I know my experience and what I know and the wisdom I had. Eventually,
it will take you up.
Yes, for now they don't know me. Let me just go there and be that administrator for them, and eventually I would start showing who I am truly. Yeah, then I was employed there. The first 3 months already, they got something called the breaking records, where they would select people. It's more like an award, but it's a month to month thing.
Oh yes.
So they would select people who did great, like unexpected
employee of the month.
Yeah, something like that. So within 3 months already, I had done a lot, and already the manager that I was reporting to was already questioning, "Who are you?" Questioning me, "Who are you?"
You're not just an admin. What are you doing?
And also because I was sharing an office with him, so I would get calls from my old clients from Northern Cape, Northwest, and they would ask for this because there are certain services about this business that you carry along. You can be at home, but you can still be making extra money through that. Because
true.
There are people who still trust you with their affairs.
True, it makes sense. And even the connections that you have.
Exactly.
If someone was like, "Hey, I want to open a business," as much as you don't have your own company,
yes,
but you can
know
still do
how
that.
it's done. So I would charge them. They would pay from wherever they are, and I would still do that and send them. So that one works with a matter of trust. Those who really got to know you to a point that they trust you to send money to you, even if they are not face to face with you. Then I continued like that, with it now being called a side hustle.
Yes.
While I've got a standard income, like we were saying, that this now is a dependable income that then brings in money for me to sustain the family. Yeah, so that's basically that.
Then after the Fly SA, how did you go back to? Did you go back to being a businessman? I'm sure it has to be an employee as a businessman.
Yeah, there's that element in you that shall always remain.
That I'm making money for someone.
Yeah, like every time you look at the owners, because large companies, they've got the owners and they've got the executive.
Yes.
So mostly part of the executive, they're not even owners.
True.
Companies owned by someone else, they are just employees. So every time I'm thinking of that, there's that element in me. Until now, the interesting part is that this manager who then I'm reporting to, and he's questioning me, "Who are you?" Because he hears the things I speak on the phone when I'm speaking to clients, and only to find out that he's also having a business of his own outside of this.
Yes.
And he's in a plan to open a college, and we started engaging, and we got along so well. Then we agreed to say, let's see what we can do together. Then every Saturday we would go and set up an office in Boxburg and go and meet there. And the two main things that he used to say is, get a proper reception and a proper portal.
True, it says a lot.
Yeah,
like first impression,
yes. Then meetings that side, then clients can be impressed by the environment you are giving them. So we had that, and eventually then I said, because now was taking out of the pocket to finance the rental of the business and the receptionist lady that was there.
Yes.
You understand? So obviously it was taken out from us.
Yes.
So I then said, no. There's this thing, because I see with every paper that we had, we can qualify to get tenders in the meantime, so that will finance the business, the whatever we need, while we are still looking for a way of getting a national skills fund to fund the students that we are looking for.
Oh, so you opened like sort of a skills program?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Something similar to what you do.
Yes. Yeah. So obviously you get funding from institutions, exactly.
Makes sense.
For them to fund whoever you will be training there.
True.
Yeah. So because that was then in an aviation space, it's administrated a little bit differently from the common ones that that falls under the SETAs. Like the mining sector falls under MQA.
Oh yes.
And that one now it's different. It's under TITA.
Okay.
Yes. So that's basically that. And then we started approaching. Then we got few projects from there saying we can do this. Then that money that we made from there could fund the office and the operation, pay the salary of the receptionist, while we are sourcing those opportunities. And eventually, then there was a personal issue on my side that led to me having to resign now from the business, because remember, we are still both of us, we are still employed and we've got a standard salary.
But that
is something on the side.
Were you a partner with the?
Yes.
Okay.
I was a partner and a shareholder. Then I resigned from the business, but I still remained an employee for the company that we are both working for.
Yes.
So, and then because now I realized that I still have that unfinished business that I need to implement.
True.
Yeah. So when I came back to focus on that, I said, let me start then implementing my own office, because the same strategy that we are doing there, I see it working. That one person be there as a receptionist, get calls, attend to other administrative things. While you have a permanent job, you've got a standard salary that can take care of you and your family and can also support and fund the business. Then I did that, and I got an office in Kempton Park in a building called the White House.
Yes.
So then that's basically that. Then that time, my wife then was not working. Then she came and
work as a reception. Oh yes, it's family company.
Exactly. Then eventually, then there's another lady that we eventually hired, and there was a second person now. And now all these clients that I was servicing as a side hustle, they continued now.
Oh yes.
Even business. Even now, most of my clients for my business now, they are from Northern Cape, Northwest, other provinces. Actually 80% of my clients. So 20% only it's around, but mostly they are there from that time. So that shows the level of trust and honesty that I have created, and the brand that I had built that time, that it still sustained and allowed certain clients to continue even giving me business today.
So even now you still operate the same thing, like tax, compliance, branding.
Yes.
So that's what your business is.
Yeah, that's what my business is based on.
And I wanna ask on branding. Which branding does you do? Do you do the gazebo?
For now, because remember I had sold my machines there.
Oh yes.
And for now I don't do the printing. I do the branding designs, then I outsource to someone to print.
Oh yes.
Say, hey guy, how much are you gonna charge for printing? And he says so much. Then I charge my client. Then the client pays a round figure. I do the design, I give that one print, then I give the client a complete thing. So, but I'm looking into acquiring my own machines again. That's why I'm saying I'm looking for a space in the CBD, so that then I can be able, because I think the direction I'm going to now allows me now to take it to that level again. Yes.
Mara, now that I hear this, man, it makes me have this mentality. It's actually easy to own a business.
Yes.
You don't need to know the skill or have the machine. I'll buy the machine, then I'll start the business.
Exactly.
Find the clients and pay someone to the job.
Like every business is like that. Let's look at your retail, for an example.
Yes.
The shops, do they manufacture stock?
No.
Exactly.
No, they go to Zasco, they buy the bread, the bread comes in the morning.
They put on top, they sell to you.
They sell to you.
Business, that's basically the rule of business.
So you just being a middleman.
You are just bringing a solution to a problem. Business is you bringing a solution to a problem. If a problem is that in your township, the people go far to go get bread, you go get that bread from far, you bring it closer,
and
you
charge
add
them.
money for you having brought it closer to them. Then that's basically business is you bringing a solution to a problem.
A simple way, in a simple way. Just in closing, there's a young kid maybe back in Northwest, back in your hometown, and he wants to be like you.
Yes.
What are those few words that you would tell them to inspire them?
Yeah, for based on my experience and what I've been through, the first thing, the rule of business is isolation. Be very dedicated and be prepared that you are going to lose friends. You are going to lose some of your family would not understand why are you not like other kids and going to look for a corporate job and be normal. You know, because a business is like the wave. You know, at hospital when you are alive, you see that wave. But when you are dead, we see a straight line. So corporate, it's a straight line. But we don't know.
Business is up, is down, it's up, it's down. It makes sense. It makes sense.
That also coincidentally, so that proves life. That the business is alive by it having that.
True.
Yeah, because sometimes the straight line, it's what many people are comfortable with, but it can keep you there for life. Because if you go and do your research, you realize that there is no billionaire today that became a billionaire through working for somebody else.
True. I think corporate keeps you at a certain level.
Yes.
But there's no boss that will pay you enough to be his neighbor.
Exactly.
So you'll always be a level behind.
So if you dream big, you aspire more and you inspire to do a difference. The only way is to do that sacrifice and do it the business way, because that way you can determine the amount of check you want to write for yourself.
Sure.
Yes.
You mentioned that business comes with isolation.
Yes.
I just, out of curiosity, I want to hear what causes the isolation, because if you can look at Jew community, the Jew community, they start below.
Yes.
My friend told me, hey, we own this shop really 5.
Yeah.
The owner property really 10.
Yes.
Why does it need isolation when it comes to us, but others can do it as a group?
Exactly. So remember that those people, the way they were brought up from a young age, they were brought up with certain principles. We were brought up also with the influence of poverty, jealousy, and everything in between that. So in our society, actually, to be frank, not everyone can applaud for you.
True.
So the isolation I'm speaking about, it's for you making sure that you do not hang around people with a negative mind, people who don't understand how life works and who would always put you down. People who really don't have the braveness to go and hunt for something. So they might also tarnish you. Like they might paint you with the paint that they are painting themselves with, and cause you also to lose trust in yourself and to be.
I think I get what you're saying. Like maybe in the Jew community, they grew up as a collective. The black community, we are supported, and instead of us building each other, we wanna see each other fall. For example, in your story, you opened a company. Your company was good when you were alone. When you started to bring people in the picture, that's when it started to fall.
That's correct.
But if later you brought people in the picture that had the same vision, but okay, we're not today. Tsamaya ko dikolo.
I will make sure that things are happening here.
Yes. Let's say vice versa. Until the company would have grown if you got people with the same mentality.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So that's where actually the word isolation comes from, because of my experience. To say now you need to be pick and choosy, and you need to have emotional intelligence as well. Control now what you because this is business.
True.
And I always say this to many of my people. Even when I am advertising, I use this tagline in my marketing to say business is like a garden. Yeah, if you take care of it.
It will take care of you.
It will take care of you.
Simple.
And that's how it will eventually produce the foods that you desire. But if you don't take care of your garden will die. So business is like that. So you need to make sure that the people you bring to come and help you water the garden, they are the people who understand how that process works, to say, for this to end up producing more fruits, I have to put in the effort.
Yes, it makes sense.
It won't produce fruits now, but you put the effort first,
then it produces it. Yes. Just in closing, for people out there, social media wise, how can they find your business? And can you just mention the service that you provide or service that they can expect from your business? How can they find you, and how can they work with you? Yes. Yeah, our business website is at www.rasliholdings.co.za, and we've got a WhatsApp chat icon on our website. We've got a call icon on our website. We've got a contact us page. That's where you can find all the contact details for our business. If you want to email anything you inquire, our email is info@rasliholdings.co.za, and we've got the contact forms on the website as well. Our website also contains an online shop with a secure online payment platform, whereby if you want something quickly, you can just click on that particular thing that you need, and it will lead you to a payment platform where you can put whether you want to pay instant EFT, Capitec Pay, or whatever you want to pay with. Then immediately the money will come from you to us, and the service will be rendered back to you. So basically, our website is a fully functional website because we also provide a service of web development, app development, business registration. So we needed to set an example with our own to show you what kind of things we can do for you. So we've got quite a lot of references, quite a lot of clients that we have done this for, and most of them, they are still happy today. And even the clients that we have serviced many years back, they still come back to us. So our website has got all the information that you need as a customer, and whatever else you want to know, you can always use the contact platform that we have on our website to get in touch with us. Thank you. I think if you didn't hear anything, I think there's a lot of plugs and information on how to actually maneuver into the entrepreneur space. Yes. I think that's it for me from the LevelUp Plug. It's a plug,
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.